All right. So everyone can just click accept that we're recording. Thank you so much and welcome to everybody. Namaste. I am super honored during this holiday season to be offering this program on yoga therapy for digestion for Parkinson's symptoms. And so this is a program that really takes into account people with Parkinson's, neurodegenerative diseases, and their caregivers and their needs based on, different topics. And the topic today is healthy digestion. And so this is a program we're offering Om Hom Shala. I am one of the lead teachers at the school, and we are so blessed to be working with the Parkinson's Foundation to be able to offer you these programs 100% free. And so please share this with everybody. We do these classes every single week. It's really super awesome that we're able to do this. So please share this with anybody you think might be find it valuable. Caregivers, other people with Parkinson's, other people with other neurodegenerative diseases, anybody who you think could benefit from healthy digestion, from reducing stress. There's a lot happening in the holiday season. We want to help take care of you. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get started with our program. And we're going to start today with just a very simple centering. So if you have taken one of the digestion classes with Masha, this class will probably be very similar to one that you took before. If you have not, well, then we're just going through it for the first time together. So I'll invite you first to find your most comfortable seat. You might walk your feet far enough forward that you can press them firmly into the ground. And let your knees be at the same level as your hips. So if your knees are popping up really high, walk your feet a little further forward. Perfect. And then you can let your hands just come to rest on your knees, on your legs. I invite you to just try to get a little bit taller and see if you can reach the crown of the head up. You might wiggle through the shoulders or take a little rock forward and back or side to side, as you're just sort of getting yourself organized to sit for a little breath work here. Very good. Hi, friend. What's your name? Who just came in? You're on mute. Tacey, do you see who it is? Okay. All right.
Do we need an attendance sheet? Are you collecting attendance?
Yeah, so unfortunately the link isn't working.
Okay.
So I've been doing it manually, but we did just have someone pop in, and I don't know your name, and I think you tried to tell me, but I think you're on mute. So if you could take off mute really quick.
Parentals?
Lola. No, Lola. Perfect. Okay, Lola. Gracias, mi amor. I'm going to go ahead and put you down, and then we'll keep rocking and rolling. Do you know who parentals is, Tacey? Because we've had trouble with that one for a while. Okay. It's okay. Tam. Wonderful. Okay. And yes, bear with me just one second, my friends. I just want to, before we get too far into this, I want to make sure, since people are popping in, I just at least write their names down really quick. It's important that we get everybody's names down when we can, because we do submit all of the information about who comes to our classes, so that we can show that we're making an impact in the community. And then hopefully they say, wow, you guys did a really great job in, outreaching and contacting people and supporting people and having access to these programs. And then they give us a grant again so we can keep offering free classes. So it's really important that we do this attendance piece. So I appreciate your patience while I complete that really quick. Perfect. All right. We're good. Let's go ahead and again, come back to that nice, easy seat, sitting up nice and tall. Maybe give yourself a nice little smile for a moment. Just see how it feels to actively smile. And just an awareness that when we change the physical shape in our face, it creates neurological changes in the body that affect our hormones, and it actually creates a sense of well-being, especially where we might be dealing with neuroplasticity issues or changes from neurodegenerative disease. Sometimes changes happen to the face that make it a little bit challenging to do that. So if you feel like you want to give your face a little massage for a moment, and maybe just press up. It's a nice thing to do. There we go. Yeah, and then just let the hands come down, come to rest. And take a nice, easy breath in. And a nice, easy breath out. Becoming aware of the sound of your breath as you breathe in through the nose. And out through the nose or out through the mouth. Good. We're going to just do this for a few rounds, really paying attention just to the sound of the breath. Listen for your breath. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Very good. We're going to continue to work with this breath, building what we call Ujjayi pranayama. It's oftentimes called the ocean breath. It's because that sound that we're working to listen for, we want to be able to make it a little bit stronger. And it involves creating a restriction in the back of the throat, which I'm going to teach you how to do. When we make this little restriction in the back of the throat, it almost creates a raspiness in the voice. And when we create this raspiness, we can make that sound louder or more quiet. And when you get into a nice rhythm of breathing in and out with this raspy sound, it actually slows the breath down. It makes it so that the breath gets stretched out. The inhale and the exhale become longer, and that relaxes the nervous system. When we're listening for that sound, it also gives us a point of focus. In yoga, we call this a drishti. Anything that is a point of focus helps to bring our attention into the present moment. So Ujjayi pranayama can be very helpful if our mind is overactive, if we're under a lot of stress. And of course, the calming of the nervous system by lengthening the breath supports in lowering the blood pressure, lowering the heart rate, and relaxing the muscle tissues so that we can feel a little bit more present, grounded, and relaxed. So we're going to practice this a little bit together. Now, when we do this, you're going to be listening for the sound, but you're also going to be feeling for some vibration in the throat. That feeling of the vibration is also going to stimulate the vagus nerve, which also helps us to relax. So there's a lot of pieces to it, but you only have to really listen for the sound and try to feel for the vibration. That's all you have to do. And then all this wonderful stuff will happen with it. So we're going to go through it step by step. Let's start with a ha breath. So take a breath in through the nose. And then as you exhale, you're going to go. Good. Almost like you're saying ha, but like you're trying to blow out some candles or something. You're just trying to get a lot of breath to come out through the mouth. And it has almost a hissing sound in the back of the throat. We'll do it 3 more times. Big breath in. Exhale. Breathing in. Breathing out. Good. One more time. Big breath in. Exhale. Perfect. Everybody looks really good. Okay, so now we're going to do this again. And I want you to try to make that ha sound, but we're going to close our mouth. So I want you to imagine you're making that ha sound, but you're going to breathe out through your nose. It's almost like you're going out through your nose. It might feel a little bit like you're blowing your nose. That's okay. So you're just going to try to make that ha sound. Exhale through the nose. Listen and feel for the vibration. We'll try a few rounds together. Big breath in. Ha sound out, but keep the mouth closed. Breathing in. Breathing out. Two more. Breathing in. Breathing out. One more. Big breath in. Easy breath out. All right, go ahead and do me a favor. Raise your hand if you felt like you were able to hear almost that little bit of a ha sound in the back of the throat, even though you kept your mouth closed. Could you hear that a little bit? Perfect. Okay. Could you feel, raise your hand again, could you feel vibration in the back of the throat while you were doing that? Even a little bit. Perfect. Okay. So now, as we continue in our class today, I want you to think about how you can listen for the breath, feel the breath in everything that we do. And you can always come back to Ujjayi Pranayama, working to breathe in and out through the nose, but making that sound in the back of the throat. You can try to make the sound on the inhale and on the exhale. Let's try just 3 more rounds. And I want you to imagine this time, if you could suck the breath in such a way that you can still make that ha sound, almost like almost like you're gasping, like imagine that. Okay, we'll try it 3 times. See if you can do a stronger breath in with sound, and then that same long breath out with sound. Okay, we'll do it 3 more times. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. Very good, Safia. Breathing out. One more time. Breathing in. Breathing out. All right, very good. Okay, so just knowing that we can always come back to that breath, trying to always slow it down. If you'd like to use this breath in our next part of our practice, please do, because it's important to breathe. We're going to do a seated flow. And the intention here is to start to get some movement in the abdomen, in the spine, and start to get some gentle twisting and some side bending into the body. This is going to start to stimulate our digestion by getting the abdomen activated, opening up the side body, and create more space both for us to breathe and for us to digest our food. So let's go ahead and start to move through this now. You can use that Ujjayi breath or any breath. If you feel like it's more important to focus on the movements, that's also fine. If you can focus on the breath and the movement, please try to do the Ujjayi breath throughout this practice. We'll begin. Taking your right hand up and over, big breath in. Very good. And then as you exhale, you're going to come into a twist. And take a couple breaths here. And then you'll come back, breathing in, reach that right hand straight up. And then you'll exhale, lower that hand down. Perfect. Now we'll do the other side. You can leave that right hand on the left knee and reach that left hand up and over. Big breath in. Reaching up and over. Very good. And then go ahead and twist the other direction. Twisting to the right. And stay here for a couple of breaths. Very good. And then coming back to center, reaching that left hand up, straight up. And then lower that hand back down. Good. And then we're going to do a little cat-cow movement here. Take a big breath in, lift the heart. Look up, look back. And then as you exhale, round the back, leaning back, chin to your chest. Belly button pulls into the spine. Very good. Then we'll go right back into it. We're going to move a little bit faster. Right hand up, left hand to the right knee. Big breath in, reaching over. And then exhale, twisting. Back to center, right hand up. And then exhale, lower down. Left hand up, reach up, breathe in. Reaching over to the right. Very good. Twisting into the right. And then back to center, left hand high. Lower that hand down. Hey, Brenda, welcome. Big breath in, lift the heart. Exhale, round the back. Big breath in, right hand high. Exhale over to the left. Twisting to the left, breathe in. Exhale, breathe out. Breathing in back to center, right hand high. Exhale, lower on down. Left hand high, reach up, breathe in. Exhale, lean over, reach over. Breathing in, twisting to the right. Stay here for one big breath out, Ujjayi breath. Back to center, left hand high. Exhale, lowering down right into that cat-cow movement, round the back. Big breath in, look up. Exhale and round one more time. Very good. Coming back to center, sitting up nice and tall. We'll move on to some little bit bigger movements here. We're going to do a seated sun salutation. So I'm going to go ahead and actually scoot my chair back a little bit. So I want you to have a little bit bigger of a view of what's happening here, because we're going to get our knees involved here. And you want to make sure you have a little bit of space in front of you. We are going to be leaning forward. You don't have to lean all the way down. If it feels better in your body, just to put your hands on your knees when I say lean forward and lean forward a little bit, that's totally fine. I'm going to go ahead and turn my chair just a little bit at an angle here. This back. All right. Can everybody see me? Give me a thumbs up. You look good. Great. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to start by taking a big breath in, reach the hands up high, both hands reach, breathe in. Then as we exhale, we are either going to set the hands on the knees and just lean forward, or reach all the way down to the ground. Drop your head. Good. Big breath in, sit up, pick up your right knee. And then take a big breath out and bow your head. Let go of your knee, big breath in, reach up, look up. Exhale, lean forward, maybe forward fold. Big breath in, sit up, left knee lifts. Big breath out, bow your head. Big breath in, reach up, look up. Exhale, lean forward, forward fold. Big breath in, sit up, right knee lifts. Exhale, bow the head. Big breath in, reach up, look up. Exhale, lean forward, exhale, exhale. Big breath in, ujjayi. Pick up the left knee. Exhale, bow the head. Big breath in, reach up, look up. Exhale and lean forward, exhale, exhale. Big breath in, sit up, right knee lifts. Exhale, bow the head. Big breath in, reach up, look up. Exhale, lean forward, exhale, exhale. Big breath in, left knee lifts. Exhale, bow the head. Breathing in, reaching up, stretching up, looking up. This time, exhale, bring the hands into heart center, pressing the palms in together. Fantastic. Stay here for a moment. Go ahead and close your eyes. And I want you to just take a moment to become aware of the sound of your breath. And also any sensations that you're having in your body, anything that might have changed. Is your heart beating a little faster? That might be a normal response. Maybe your body's a little warmer. Maybe you're feeling certain muscles that you didn't feel before. So just taking a moment to scan your body, scan your breath, and become aware of any changes that have happened in the past couple of minutes. Wonderful. All right, then opening your eyes. The next thing we're going to do is a pranayama. So a pranayama is anytime we're doing a breath work practice that's trying to lengthen the breath or build control over the breath. Our breath is so connected to our digestion because every time we breathe in and out, we are moving our diaphragm, which actually massages all of our digestive organs and it actually creates our digestion. So our breathing pattern is really super important. This pranayama, much like ujjayi pranayama, is going to be through the nose. So we're going to be working through the nose here. And this way that we're doing it is we're going to be breathing in one nostril, out the other. And we're going to do it in this very specific way. So if you want to use what we call a mudra, which is making your hands into a certain shape, you can do so. So oftentimes we'll do this mudra where you take your pinky finger and your thumb, and you'll use your pinky finger and your thumb. And then sometimes people will also take their index finger and their middle finger and put it on their forehead when they do this. So if that feels interesting to you, right, to kind of play around with that, go for it. If this feels like, oh my gosh, this is getting too confusing, you can even use one finger if that feels better for you. This practice is about creating relaxation. And so if this feels stressful in any way, let it go. You can just do this. If this helps, sometimes putting these fingers between the third eye center, pressing into this spot can actually create a centering and a sense of presence. And so this is part of the reason why we do this in yoga. Again, if that's helpful, do it. If it's not, let it go. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be breathing in through the right nostril and then out through the left nostril. That's it. In through the right, out through the left. In through the right, out through the left. We're going to do 10 rounds of this. I'll guide the first couple, and then I'm just going to let you do as many rounds while I complete my 10 rounds, right? But we'll get quiet. That way you can go into a little bit of a meditative state with this, okay? This is a sun breath. It's called the sun piercing breath. When we breathe in through the right nostril, out through the left, it creates an activation in the nervous system. So this is a really wonderful pranayama that you can do if you're feeling tired, or if you feel sluggish in any way. You can do this pranayama, and it helps create a little fire in the system, which is also important for digestion, okay? So just having that awareness of why we're doing this practice. And go ahead, come into whatever version for your hands here that is going to work for you. Begin by blocking the left nostril, leaving the right nostril open. Breathe in through the right. Switch and breathe out through the left. Switch, breathe in through the right. Switch, breathe out through the left. Again, in through the right. Out through the left. In through the right. Out through the left. In through the right. Out through the left. Good. Go ahead and do about 5 more, counting them on your own. Very good. And then whenever you finish those, go ahead and bring your hands back to heart center, pressing the palms in together. You might close your eyes for just a moment and scan the body again for any new sensations, any new awareness. Maybe differences in the left and right nostrils and your easiness or difficulty in breathing through one or the other. You might have noticed that during that practice. That practice tends to bring awareness to that. You might have noticed some temperature changes in the body, or again, something changing with the heart rate, or any sensations that you become aware of. Take a deep breath in and out. Wonderful. Good. We're going to do a little bit more cat-cow. So if you want to get down on the ground, if that's a part of your practice, doing a mat practice, and you want to do that, you can come to hands and knees, you can come to all fours, or you can remain seated in a chair and just let your hands come to rest on your knees. So whatever version is going to feel better for you in this moment right now, I'll demonstrate both. So if you're sitting in a chair, you're just going to keep your hands on your knees here. And you will, let me turn sideways, breathe in, lift your heart up, look back, exhale, round the back, chin to the chest. If you're coming to all fours, you'll just come down onto all fours and you'll do the same thing. Lift the heart up, look up, exhale, round the back. Good, we're gonna do 10 rounds of this. So big breath in, look up. Exhale, round the back. Chin to chest. Big breath in. Big breath out. 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 5 more. Add in that sound of Ujjayi if you haven't already. Breathing in. Breathing out. Listen and feel for the sound. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out. One more. Breathe in. Breathe out. Very good. And coming back to center. Good. All right. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to hold a plank. So there's some different options for you to do this plank. If you would like to come onto the floor, you can come onto the floor and come into a traditional plank. But I'm going to show you how to do this using some props as well. So if you would like to come to a wall, you can always come to a wall and just put your hands on a wall, step back from the wall, and come into a plank. I'm going to show you a version on how to do this with a chair. I like the version with the chair. I feel like it's relatively accessible for a lot of people. And so the only caveat to this is if your chair is a rolling chair, probably not this chair. If you have don't have a really super stable chair, sometimes a desk might be better. So I'm going to show you a version using a desk and also the chair. So if I come here with my chair, press this chair back into the space, I'm going to approach my chair. I'm going to put my hands onto the seat of the chair, and then I'm just going to start to walk my feet back and try to drop my heels. And then I'm going to come forward and back a couple of times until I can get my shoulders up over my wrists. But I want to try to get my legs straight. And then I'm just looking forward. This requires a little bit of core strength. If you'd like to do it with a table, you can put your hands on a table and then just walk the hands back a little bit. Try to shift forward to get your shoulders up over the wrists. If you'd like to do it on a wall, same thing. You're just going to walk up to the wall, put the hands on the wall, and you're going to walk your feet back a little bit. Try to keep your legs straight. Finding whichever version works for you. You're going to hold this for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Very good. Coming out of the posture, take a moment, take a break. And then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to come into downward facing dog. Now, options here on how you want to come into down dog. If you're on the floor, you can come into traditional down dog. If you're on the floor and you know how to do that, go for it. You can just go for it. If you would like to use some props, which I like to do, we're going to do it either with the chair or with the wall. And it's going to look very similar to what we're doing, but there's a slight difference here, okay? So if you're coming to the chair, you're going to walk a little closer to the chair, and you're going to send your hips back up over your ankles. So you're just sort of sending your butt back in space, drop your head. So rather than keep the shoulders up over the wrists, we're sending the hips back, dropping the head. Same thing at the wall. You can put your hands on the wall, step back, really send your hips back, drop your head. You should get some stretching in the back of the legs and in your back. So setting up whatever version works for you, and you're going to hold it for 3 to 5 breaths. You can use that Ujjayi breath. Jeff, can you bend your knees a little bit and send your hips further back? Yeah, there you go. Oh, very nice. Nice job, Brenda. That's perfect. Wonderful. Nice job, Lola. Looks great. Tom, you disappeared. I bet you got a good down dog, though. Are you using the chair? Okay, perfect. Looks great. Good. Maybe taking 1 or 2 more breaths if that feels good. And then when you feel ready, you're just going to come back to your starting position. Take a moment, recenter. And then we're going to do just a couple more poses. So I'm going to tell you what we're going to go through so you can kind of anticipate it. We're going to start with mountain pose. So this will be a standing posture, but then we're going to come back to sit. We're going to do a cobra. Now, if you want to do a cobra on the floor in a traditional way, you're welcome to do that. I'm going to show you a variation in a chair. After we do cobra, we're going to do a child's pose. I'm going to show you a variation that we can do using 2 chairs. And then we're just going to do a little bit more pranayama and our final shavasana. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to go through this right now. So if you'd like to, either seated Tadasana, sitting up as tall as you possibly can, or coming to stand, mountain pose. And letting your thumbs roll out, press down through your feet, get a little taller through the spine. 5 Ujjayi breaths. You can close your eyes if you like. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. And breathing out. In through the nose. Out through the nose. In through the nose. Out through the nose. One more breath in. One more breath out. Very good. And then we are either going to come back to our chair or come down to the floor, and we're going to set up a cobra. So I'm going to show you real quick since I'm already close to the floor, the version on the floor. If you'd like to do it on the floor, you'll come down to lay down on the floor, lower your body all the way down, and options to either drop, move my camera a little bit more, a version where it's more like a Sphinx pose, dropping the elbows under the shoulders, palms face down, lifting the heart, or you can come all the way down, hands underneath the shoulders, lift the heart. So this is the variation on the floor. If you'd like to do it in a chair, I love this one in a chair because it's so simple and yet very, very effective. Okay, so in the chair, you're going to sit in the chair and you're going to scoot a little bit closer to the edge of your seat, like something really exciting is happening, because it is. And you're going to lean forward, lean forward, lean forward. You're going to put your elbows onto your knees. You're going to reach out through your fingertips, so you activate the fingertips. Press down through your feet, push down into your seat, arc your low back, lift your heart, look up. Push down, elbows into the knees. Keep breathing. We're going to stay here for 10 breaths. Ujjayi breaths. Keep those elbows pressing down. Keep arcing the low back, lifting the heart, looking up and back, breathing. Very good. And then coming back to center, sitting up nice and tall, just becoming aware of how that felt in the body. All right. And now we're going to come for a few rounds into child's pose. Now, this is going to be a posture that we're going to hold a little bit longer. We're going to hold this posture, then we're going to do some breath work, and then we're going to do our final relaxation. Okay. So this last 10 minutes of class here, we're going to spend a little bit more time in each of these postures. So we're going to basically do 3 minutes in each one. 3 minutes with each part of this practice. So we're going to set up and we're going to hang out there for 3 minutes. Okay. So for child's pose, if you like to come into a traditional child's pose on the floor, please do. If you know how to do that and you want to go for that, that's great. Please set that up. Please use any props that you feel are appropriate, something under your knees, something behind the back of your knees, a block under your head, anything to make you feel supported. If you'd like to do it with a chair, I'm going to show you a version with the chair that is really nice. If you want to get down on the floor, you can always come onto the floor, put a blanket or something under your knees. So if I want to take a little pad, I can put this down for my knees, come down onto my knees, and then I can just set my head down onto the chair. Maybe I want to put a pillow on the chair for a little support, and you can turn your head to whichever side is comfortable. So this is one version. If you'd like to use 2 chairs or a desk, you can place another chair in front of you. And this is where you might need your bolsters, your blankets, your pillows, any props that can help create a little bit more of a lift here. That way, when I come to sit and lean forward, I can take my knees wide, and I can just lean forward onto this little stack of pillows. So taking your time to set up whatever version is going to work for you. You'll decide what feels most comfortable. We just want to be leaning forward, resting our head onto something. Natam, do you want to scoot a little closer? Yeah, there you go. You might need some, do you have any pillows you can put on your other chair? Pillows or a bolster, stack of something, a big blanket, big quilt maybe. Nice, Juan Carlos. Very nice. Very good. That looks great, Natam. Now, if you've been laying here for a couple of minutes and you want to turn your head to the other side, you can do that. If it's been turned to one side. If you need a little break, you can come up, or if you want to stay for maybe 3 to 5 more breaths. And then when you feel ready, slowly beginning to come back up. I'm going to do one more practice before our final Shavasana. And this is Nadi Shodhana, alternate nostril breathing. So this is another pranayama. Again, we're breathing in and out through the nose. And just like we did in the beginning where we were doing this blocking of one nostril, breathing out through the other, we're going to do that again, but we're going to go both directions this time. Okay. So again, if you feel like you want to use this little pressing into the third eye, go for it. If that feels too glitchy, you can always just use one finger. I'm going to use one finger for this part because I just want to make sure it's very visually clear for everybody what we're doing. Go ahead and start by blocking the right nostril. Breathe in through the left. Switch, breathe out through the right. In through the right. Switch, breathe out through the left. In through the left. Out through the right. In through the right. Out through the left. In through the left. Out through the right. In through the right. Out through the left. One last time. In through the left. Out through the right. In through the right. Out through the left. And then press the hands back in together. Press your feet firmly into the floor. Sit up nice and tall. Deep breath in. Ujjayi breath. Long, slow Ujjayi breath out. One more time. Expanding the belly as you breathe in. Ujjayi breath. Exhaling, pulling the navel into the spine. Ujjayi pranayama. One more time, breathing in, breath with sound. And exhale. Very good. And then we're going to come into our final resting practice. So you can decide how you want these last 2-3 minutes of your practice to be today. If you'd like to set up with a little pillow behind your chair, you can do so that you can lean back and maybe walk your feet forward a little bit. If you want to turn your chair against a wall so that you can lean back and put your head against a wall, or put a little pillow behind your head, you can do that. Or you can even lie down on your bed or on the ground and stretch all the way out. So you decide what is going to feel the most relaxing. I just want you to just take a moment to let go of all effort and get as comfortable as you can possibly be. Whatever's going to be the most comfortable for you today. And once you get yourself set up, I'm going to invite you to just close your eyes and bring your hands to your belly. And you don't have to work at any efforting of any shape or anything like that in this moment right now. I just want you to just put your hands on your belly and just become aware of your breath and any movement you feel in your belly as you breathe. Listening for the breath. Feeling the breath. And then bringing your awareness back into the space around you. You might open your eyes and just look around the room. And as you look around, you might look for 3 objects in the room that are the color green. Any 3 objects in the room that are the color green. And once you've taken a moment to identify 3 objects, if there are 3 green objects in the room, and coming back to center, pressing the palms in together, and we will close our practice today with an Om. Deep breath in. Thank you so much for sharing in this practice this evening. I hope everybody is having happy holiday season. I hope you enjoyed this class on yoga therapy for digestion for Parkinson's symptoms. We look forward to seeing you again, hopefully next week. If you are signed up for my pranayama class, I will be having a pranayama class as scheduled tomorrow night, 7 p.m. If that's something that you're interested in and you're not already participating in my Wednesday night pranayama class, I'm happy to reach out to you. Just give me a little raise your hand and I can tell you a little bit more about it. The pranayama class essentially is an additional class that we offer. I've been offering it for a very long time now at this point. It's offered every single Wednesday. It is a donation-based class, so you pay recommended, I believe it's $35 a month for the month. And then you get all access to every single Wednesday night class. So the $35 gets you into all the Wednesday night classes for that month. So this is a separate class from the Parkinson's class series. If that's something that you're interested in, we focus a lot more on the breath work, right? So we do some of the movements, but there's a lot more types of breath work that we do. I do also teach one of our Parkinson's classes specifically on pranayama. So I look forward to hopefully having you join for that as well. So if you're thinking, oh, the pranayama sounds interesting, but I don't know if I'm ready to pay $35 for this class that I'm not sure about, come to our Parkinson's pranayama class, see if it's a good fit for you. And if you really enjoy the pranayama and you want to do it more than once a month, then you can join the $35 a month class as well. But we do pranayama once a month. So that'll be the second Tuesday of the month. And then, of course, our digestion class is the 4th Tuesday of the month. But we have a Parkinson's class every single week, 4:30 p.m. So I hope to see all of you next time I'm teaching. There'll be a different teacher for the Parkinson's class next week at 4:30. Okay. I hope you all have a really wonderful evening. I will stay on for a few minutes. So if you have any questions, please let me know. I'm going to go ahead and close our recording now.